allow me to ponder, reflect, do these things. That's also the other extreme. Because I tell you, believe this, okay, you just believe this. This is not our religion. This is not what is being said. So between the two extremes is a middle path. Areas have been defined, and all these ayahs about أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ, pondering, reflecting, have they not seen the camel? كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. This is a beautiful example actually. The word kaifa is used, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Don't they see how the camel has been created? Kaifa, the same word that Sayyidina Salma used, don't ask kaifa about the arsh. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this ayah, reflect on the camel, kaifa, how we created it. So in the domain of creation, that is how all this huge tradition of scientific inquiry came, this whole tradition of putting things together from the observable realm to understand the unobservable realm. So the ghaib, which is not unseen, the ghaib is that which cannot even be comprehended within the domain of human comprehension. It's just beyond it. It's not conceivable, but it points to. There are things which point to the ghaib. So we know, we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our belief is we don't see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And somebody says, well, until I see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm not going to believe. That's not Islam, that's something else. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ponder on the bees, ponder on the bees, think of the bees, like, look what the bee is doing. Scholars have spent their ages to just reflect on this one creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of millions of creations. And when I gave the example of Imam Ghazali, when he saw the beehives and he said, why aren't the bees making this hexagonal hive? Why don't they make a square or a circle or a triangle? Like this is reflecting kaifa. Why is it possible that all the bees all over the world ever since have been making hexagonal structures? And then he goes into, this is Jawharul Quran, we gave this example several classes ago, if you remember, how he says that this must be from the revelation. There is no other possibility. And I jokingly said that they must have done lots of international conferences to reach this conclusion and gather data that the square cell would require so much beeswax, and we are tired of making square, and circles, what are the problems? Imam Ghazali mentions all of those issues with one structural element out of millions of such things in the world, and this is his intellect. He is searching for reaching the depths of the reality by looking at the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah and again this has to be organized, because otherwise Imam Ghazali himself said, if you start running after every single creation, you would need more than millions of years of life to find, because Allah's creations are so huge. So they said, no, we are going to organize even this domain of investigation. This is human intellect, to be able to have this systematic knowledge about all these things, so that there is some order in life, there is some order in our knowledge. And if we can, inshallah, build that beautiful building in our own beings with the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will be beneficial. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ يَا اللَّهُ أَنْتَ حَلِيمٌ كَرِيمٌ عَظِيمٌ تُحِبُّ الْعَفْوَ فَاعْفُ عَنَّا يَا كَرِيمٌ اللهم نبّر قلوبنا بنور الإيمان اللهم نبّر قلوبنا بنور اللهم افتح لنا أبواب رحمتك يا كريم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين رب اغفر وارحم أنت خير الراحمين وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم.